Hey everybody, welcome to the Institute, the place where we are learning to grow into the leader that God's called us to be. Now, today I want to talk about team number one. Now, it's going to sound strange when you first hear this, but I want you to just kind of sit with it for a minute. The most important team that you sit on is the team that you sit on that is the highest level in the org chart. And here's what I mean by this is you have to walk out of the meeting that you sit in that's on the highest level of the org chart unified with that team. Now that doesn't mean that you agree with everything that happens in that meeting. It doesn't mean that you agree with every decision. Now if it's unbiblical, if it's immoral, if it's illegal, like whoa, all of a sudden you've got to say wait, there's a problem here. But oftentimes in a meeting a decision will be made that it's not unbiblical, it's not immoral, it's not illegal, but you just don't agree with it. So, but you have to walk out of that meeting saying, you know what, that's the team that I sit on. That's the highest level of leadership I have in this organization. I'm going to walk away unified and move forward with that. Now, this ties a bit to what Leo was talking about last week, which is this idea around we. So you step into that we as a leadership team have decided to do this. And this is the direction we're going to go. Now, here's the problem. If you view the team that you lead more important than the team that you sit on that's the highest level of the org chart, here's what's going to happen. What's going to happen is the silos will start to form, which a silo is this kind of tall, skinny thing that holds grain. And in America, you can look across farmlands and see all these silos that are out in the farms. And so that's what happens within an organization or a ministry when we focus on the team we lead over the team that we sit on that does the leading. And then what happens is people just come to a meeting and you just end up fighting for your people and fighting for your area of ministry. And you have these silos, these individual teams that really it's just more kind of a headbutting situation because you're just worried about fighting for your people and they're worried about fighting for their people and they're worried about fighting for their people. And what we should be worried about is fighting for the vision. We should be worried about where are we going? And what's required for us as a ministry to go there? Because sometimes there'll be decisions made that your team might not like so much because for the vision to happen, this particular thing has to happen or can't happen. And your team might not want that. And you can sit in a meeting and go, oh man, my team's not going to like this. And rather than go back to your team and go, well, that's what they decided, guys, so we're kind of stuck. Instead, we walk back to our team saying, you know what? In order for us to be who we're supposed to be for this ministry as you move forward, we're going to have to make a difficult thing happen here as a team because we care about where this ministry is going. So your number one job is not to fight for your team. Your number one job is not to fight for your department. Your number one job is to fulfill the ministry, or the vision of the ministry. And the only way that happens is if you look at the highest level of team that you sit on and you say, I'm going to be unified and I'm going to look at this team as team number one. And then whatever happens in that meeting is now going to flow out to my team. And I'm going to then impart that vision to my team. So remember, team number one. That doesn't mean you don't love and care for the team you lead. Not at all. You still love and care for them deeply. But your most important thing to move forward is whatever decisions are made in that team that is the highest level that you sit on in our organization.